We are live on YouTube. I'm Rich Lieberman, and yes, I've seen the new video that came out. It's an old video actually from January, and it involves Laura Owens, the daughter of Ron Owens, Jan Black, and it's just really disturbing and fraught full of very unseemly behavior by one Laura Owens, who is facing accusations of perjury and misrepresentation and is scheduled to go to trial at the beginning of the year. The trial date was changed, but I'm here to talk about the video. I know many of you have asked me, did I see the video? Did I see the video? Yes, I have. And I wasn't going to comment, it's late in the day, Wednesday, and I have a holiday to observe Kol Nidre, Yom Kippur. But I had to talk about this because I watched it again and again, and I tried to decipher what is taking place. A little update. Now, I've tried to contact Ron Owens and Jan, and they're not talking. They're hunkering down in, eternal silence. And here's what I've gathered. And I've talked to various people who are close to the family. For the record, I spoke to Ron and Jan around February, early March. We had a couple of conversations. In fact, Ron was going to do my show. And then, we've had this significant development take place. And, the case is close to an actual trial in Scottsdale. And we were going to talk again. He had to cancel the interview, obviously, because he said, and, not a shock, that lawyers have advised him not to do any kind of public show, including mine. All right. But I've spoken to family friends, and they told me that both Ron and Jan they don't know what to do. And they think Ron did. He used a phrase that she's nuts, she being the daughter. I don't think he meant it literally, because after all, that's his daughter. But if you haven't watched the video, you can go on YouTube and access it pretty easily. I think if you go to Lauren Knighty, she's a woman, I've done her show, and she's really has been involved in the reporting on this whole situation from the moment it began 2.5 years ago. But the video is disturbing. It's a Scottsdale police video from January where they go to Ron's house to do a search warrant. And Laura Owens is literally screaming and yelling and acting incoherently, and it's sort of disturbing that in and of itself. This has not been released. It was recently released, and you can understand after watching this, the whole situation has gotten completely out of hand. I'm not going to say it would be too convenient and easy to say, well, now you can understand why they feel as if she's nuts. But having watched it a few times, and now I understand from various family people who've spoken to me, and they didn't want to be identified for obvious reasons, that the whole Owens family, including Jan, including Ron, is quite, let's just say, in an emotional state of chaos. They don't know what to do. And they have been in utter and complete silence. And, meanwhile, the GoFundMe page is still there. And I'm not going to get into that, but I've already stated my opinion on that. And I'm responding today because I had a bevy of emails and texts. Did you see the video? Did you see the video? I saw the video, and I was going to comment on it because I felt that it was important enough and to give you details as to what the current situation is, at least from Ron's standpoint. And what I'm concerned about, and I'm going to speak openly about this, is what I said a few weeks back, and I'm disturbed by lately the video, but I also am disturbed and quite openly feeling like, is Ron himself, who looks very frail and is supposedly very frail. Later this month, Ron Owens will turn 80 on the 26th of October, I believe, is his 80th birthday. And while 80 is not, intensely old, it certainly isn't young. A lot of people well into their 80s who are, you know, moving around, and Ron's not moving around very well. And I can only imagine the emotional stress that this is causing him, a man who's been dealing with a lot of serious medical maladies like cancer, and which apparently he's overcome. Don't know the latest. Haven't spoken to him in a long time, a few months now, more than a few months. And of course, his early diagnosis of Parkinson's. Jan, from all indications, is health wise okay. But I really am truly hurt. Well, let me change that. Sensitive and very, very much uh, wondering if Ron is now being manipulated, because I don't know if his mental faculties are all there. What do I base this on? Completely hunch. I don't know. But for him not to respond and to be silent, not just to me, but to others, what is going on? I don't know. I would hope that somebody, family, friends, in not just San Francisco and the Bay Area in large, but people in Scottsdale who know him well, at the very least, maybe have the authorities there do a welfare check just to make sure. And again, I want to just emphasize there's nothing to indicate that something tragically has taken place. But having seen this video, which again was just released, it is disturbing, and it is quite glaring to observe and to watch. You have a daughter that's screaming and ranting and yelling incoherent and nonsensical things. And you have a very frail looking Ron having to go from one of his rooms into the living room where Jan is sitting down, who is, in frankly, just looking bewildered. And, well, it's not a pleasant watch. So, but I'll leave. It's a very short video. I'll leave the overall deduction that you might have, opinions that you might have to yourself. If you want to watch it, it's out there on YouTube. If you just type in Laura Owens video and all that. So my reaction is what I just stated, and it is another chapter in this most bizarre, unnerving, disturbing situation involving a Bay Area luminary, media celebrity, Marconi winner, Radio Hall of Famer, and much a part of Bay Area celebrity broadcast media lore. I just hope this ends soon, and I hope the truth comes out. Okay, folks, I will be back on Friday. I might be back tomorrow night, come sundown, the end of Yom Kippur, depending upon the news, depending upon the local situation. With that said, I bid you a fond adieu, and we will see you later. Thanks for watching, and do please become a subscriber to my channel and tell your friends and everyone to do likewise. Thanks for watching.